friends. I am OmnusI. It's been a while. Yeah. Let's go. Hello, my friends. I am OmnusI. It's been a while, hasn't it? And for very good reason. I'm still me, despite the new fancy hat. But I will be honest with you. I, OmnusI, have been making videos since 2016. I made videos for RPG a Day, and then started making videos in September of 2016, starting with long-form videos, an introduction, a topic at length, and then usually some bonus treasure at the end. The videos would take anywhere from a half an hour, 45 minutes, or even a little bit longer. Long-form videos, I thought, that were a vehicle for me to cover a topic with a certain amount of thoroughness and at the same time keep up a conversational tone that I hoped would be engaging, that would draw people in and answer people's questions and get people to think and enjoy role-playing games, to be inspired by new ideas and a different approach to things, to enjoy my perspective on things and agree or disagree so we could have a dialogue, to hopefully be entertained by my stories, and to possibly come away with some ideas that a person could use in their own games. It was always my intention throughout the Lair of OmnusI to do different things and take on different types of videos so that the people who would eventually come to my channel would know that each time they might be looking at a different approach. My lab of OmnusI, where I looked at game mechanics and systems. Something like Dungeons and Darkness, where I blended together Massive Darkness, a light role-playing game board game, and Dungeons and Dragons, to show how elements from one thing can work with another. And so on and so forth. I dabbled in criticism with the Omnus Critic. I did a variety of things, and I'm pretty proud of that. Tied in along with that are many, many videos that I did called The State of the Dungeon, where I actually logged my real-life game so that people could look at my games and enjoy the hilarity. Many of those were adventure paths from Dungeons and Dragons and other games, and I think for the most part it was kind of a nice idea, a nice gesture to do that. And as long as you keep up on something like that, it can be very useful. The moment you have to go back a month and try to recreate what happened and put it forth in a video, it gets difficult. I'm not always the most timely of people. Now, why make this video now? Well, to be honest, I am putting to bed the Lair of OmnusI. I have moved on, which is why I haven't made a video in a long time. Because, quite honestly, I don't believe that these long-form videos are the best way to get my voice across, to entertain, to inspire, and to do all of these things. Many people will look at those videos and just, too much. Or maybe there's something about me that, what is an OmnusI? One can hope, when one sets out for something like this, that you come up with a handle, a tagline, a title that people will recognize you as. But unfortunately, that never really happened. Nobody ever looked at me and goes, "Oh, hey, OmnusI." And that's, that happens. I, over the years of making videos for this channel, at first very, very regularly, and then more sporadically as time went on, of course, as things happened, as my focus shifted, managed to acquire over 200 subscribers, and I thank all of you for that. You kept me going, even when there were just 30, 35 subscribers. It was something to know that people cared enough and thought my videos were interesting enough to subscribe. And it didn't need to be legion. I never needed to be financially successful as a YouTuber. It was enough to put out these videos because I love making videos. I love being behind a camera and talking to you, and reaching out and trying to help people, and trying to grow out this hobby that I love. That has always been the focus of the Dungeon Tutor, which I am now starting. And it has always been the focus of the Lair of OmnusI, which has gotten me to this point. The Dungeon Tutor is my new channel. And yes, it is me. I wear this hat. I often wear this turtleneck. And it is concentrated on smaller videos, more densely packed with information and help for people. It is very much what I say I am, a tutor, somebody who is there to answer questions and try to inspire, try to delve into deeper knowledge with the person seeking tutelage. That's what I'd like to do. I try to inspire conversation where people can ask me questions that I can then answer in video form. How many people actually do that? Well, only when you have a small number of people. Those folks who have hundreds of thousands of viewers may, if they are stumbling for a topic, look down their comments. Maybe. But I legitimately have answered everybody who has asked a question within my means. There's still one that I regret not tackling, and that was somebody asking for information about the Aliens game from Free League. And I just have never picked that up. I really should, though. It looks interesting. But, going forward, I will not be adding new videos to the Lair of OmnusI. It's really not the end of an era. It's just a break in how I do things. I want to make better videos, and I want to make videos that aren't, again, perhaps somewhat wasting time with going on and on and on and rambling into tangents, which I am prone to do. If I can keep my videos more tight and concise, actually be useful to people in a smaller scope, that's something I would like to do. So, that is my intention. I do enjoy the fact that I have been a YouTuber now for 7 years. That means that I can say I have experience. I have done this, even if it didn't lead to what most people would consider wild success. I have never had that viral video. But on my Dungeon Tutor channel, I have had the benefit of allying myself with my friends at GUI Cube, who I have talked about in this channel, which has helped me tremendously. It has helped gotten me published, and it has given me some excellent friends. And they are fine with linking to my videos and sharing them and getting more people interested, which is exciting to me. But that's going to happen from now on in Dungeon Tutor. So, this is my farewell video. And I'd like to look back on my career and kind of go over what I've learned along the way. Maybe this would be useful for somebody out there who's starting up their own channel. Maybe this is going to be incomplete, and you can shine some light on it if you want to leave in the comments what you think I learned or what you may have learned from me. That would make me feel pretty good. But, number one, consistency is incredibly important. When I stopped making regular videos, the growth of my channel died. I understand that now. And life happens. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I do this in my free time, when I have the time to make a video, when family life and whatever else doesn't compel me in other directions. As a parent of a teenager and a family man, sometimes the hobby of making videos has to go by the wayside. It's just the state of life. It's not fair to them to make them wait for me while I make videos. So, that has happened. When I started making videos, my life was pretty regimented in a way that guaranteed me open periods of time to myself, where I was able to shoot these videos, edit them, and put them up. Now that isn't the case. I rarely have any time to myself where I can have a completely quiet house, where I can completely focus on what I want to make. And that has changed how I do things. The videos that I shoot now for Dungeon Tutor are going to be easier to do in that time frame, as I try to bogart some time for myself so that I can make videos, that I can make concise videos with a clear point without all the rambling and rambling that I have done. So that is my intent, that I will make better videos and that I will eventually make more videos that will be topical and helpful to people. And again, fulfill that aspect of being a tutor, being somebody that you can go to with questions who can give you insights and help. That's what I want to do. It's what I've always wanted to do. Number 2 is I need to look out for people who want to give dialogue. I need to be more proactive in answering, doing video responses, doing the kind of things that will hopefully gather me people who want to talk, who want to give feedback, who want to sound off. And so many videos have hundreds or thousands of comments. I think the most comments I've ever had has been 4 or 5 in a video, my Many Quest series, which again was purely to entertain people. And that was just responses that I was calling for, and many of them were for people that I had specifically invited to answer in those videos. So it goes. But that is really what my hope is to get people who are active and excited and dialoguing about these things. And then those are the people that I can build a foundation on to grow. Another thing that I've learned, very important, is that, again, my types of videos may not have been the best, may not have been the most engaging, may not have been the most useful to people. Over my time in Lair of OmnusI, I made hundreds of videos. Some of them were the indulgent State of the Dungeon, where I talked about what I did. Many people probably never even looked at that, except for the players in my groups, except for the game master when I was playing and relating those characters. So that was fairly self-indulgent and was on its own little playlist, which turned into a rather large playlist. But, maybe that could be in something else. I'll be okay with that. I think people enjoyed my criticism. When I did more criticism on new products coming out, or maybe older products, people seem to like those. People seem to really get into those kind of videos. And when I talked about games outside of Dungeons and Dragons, those were some of my most successful videos. Because the communities that aren't Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games, they don't get represented enough. And many of them are kind of starved for things that talk about their game. So, quite honestly, Dungeons and Dragons is fine. There are people who will be doing that and ad nauseum. My channel can concentrate on other things, and I think I'll be just peachy. Matter of fact, probably in a better headspace. Chasing after what people are frequently going out over in Dungeons and Dragons, like, what's the best build? I've got this character, what should I get for them? And stuff. I don't like, that's not my thing. What gets you to this point? I'm interested in how your character got there, what their story is, what they want, what they're doing. So as a result, as a role player more so than a build expert or anything like that, that's not going to be what I do in Dungeon Tutor as much. Until people specifically ask for that. In which case, of course, I will bow to what the audience wants, and I will do videos that answer those kind of questions when they're asked. Not until. There's a couple of things that I tried at various points to try to get people interested and excited. My Ask the Wizard series, for instance, was something that I sincerely had hoped that I was going to get a lot of callback on, and the first episode or two was okay, but it got very tepid very quickly. I started asking my friends directly. It's like, can you give me a question so I can do a video? I thought it was fun. I really did love getting into the role of Lord Cadrian de Flynn and answering questions and having his own world, and a world which actually works into my fiction, but I think that a new audience would be helpful. And I think a most active and engaged audience that I've seen is honestly, the community at GUI Cube. They love that world. They've bought into it. And I think as a lore expert, I have a badge and everything on Facebook, I can bring that to people and answer their questions and present myself as my alter ego in Xayathe, the world of Gooey Cube, Zix Gra Moose. And I've done videos as Zix before, and they know me. They know me there. They seem to accept me, and I think it'll be fun. But that will also be an aspect of Dungeon Tutor, not Lair of OmnusI anymore. Now, if you watch this, statistically speaking, when I make videos for Lair of OmnusI, about 5 people to 10 people watch it. More if I do, again, mention one particular fan base or another. But this is just for me. This is just Lair of OmnusI, and this is just to bring closure. I need to go to where people are going to care. I need to go where I believe I can get a bigger audience a bit faster. People to spread the word about this guy who's shooting videos that are trying to be helpful. If I keep the videos to bite-sized amounts that are genuinely useful and helpful, using my perspective and introducing people to more games and cooler games, I think we could do pretty well. I really do. So, that is a hope of mine, and it is what I am going to be working forward in the future. So, Lair of OmnusI is not dead. Yes, I'm not going to be adding to it anymore, but I'm not taking it down either. So if you still liked any of the videos that I made and you want to refer to them, cool. My OmnusI YouTube channel is my personal YouTube channel. My Dungeon Tutor is on a different YouTube identity, but most of my dealings are still on OmnusI. So if you ever want to reach out to me, go ahead and do it through my OmnusI channel. I'll still get the messages, which is cool. And many of my personal responses will still be as OmnusI when I make comments on my YouTube. So if you still see something here and there by OmnusI, it's me, it's Rob Gustafson, and you're welcome to it. I will miss OmnusI a little bit. He is a homebrew creation. He is what brought me into YouTube, making videos. The making video part was always inside of me, but it really was inspired by this character that came up of me with a beard, an older, wizened me with a beard, more serious, and a character that I loved. I really did. But it's time to move forward. It's now time to be people's tutors. And honestly, I think it'll be good. I really do. It doesn't mean there'll be more work. Might be. We'll see. But I do hope that I can bring the same passion to Dungeon Tutor that I did when I was the most passionate about Lair of OmnusI. And I hope that I have more staying power under Dungeon Tutor. I think I will. It should be somewhat less onerous of a task than editing longer videos. Although I don't usually chop up my videos that much, there's a need. I will be more diligent in things like that going forward. But this is it for Lair of OmnusI. Please, if you liked this, if you liked my things, if you liked what I did, tell me, here and now. If you tell me that you really love the idea of my mini quest and you'd love to see me do it again, well, trust me, I listen to the comments. I very well will do something like that if I have even a few people interested in contributing. If you really liked my Lab of OmnusI where I would talk about game mechanics and such, well, that's going to be a portion of Dungeon Tutor because I love mechanics and I love talking about systems. If you really thought that my criticisms were good ones, well, trust me, I'm going to get back into criticism because there's some games that really need to be elevated, and there are some games that need some of the polish taken off because hype gets big, and some of those overhyped games weren't as good as we thought they were, perhaps. Or at least people should not be blinded to their faults. And I'm just looking forward to that next chapter. So I hope you're happy for me. And I hope that you come along with me For those folks who have been loyal to the Lair of OmnusI for all this time, thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a long ride. There weren't many of you to start. Some would say 210, I think, is where I'm at now, is not many. And to a certain extent, that's true. But you know what? I'd rather have 210 loyal followers than have 20,000 who never respond and never watch my videos. So even though many of my subscribers don't watch my videos, and I understand that. There's a lot of other things to do. There's a lot of other stuff to watch. Many people probably don't even realize they're still subscribed to me and don't have a notification, so they don't know if I make videos, and that's fair. Back when I was doing this, I really didn't beg a lot of people for, please hit the notification button so you see my stuff, like it's trendy to do and makes sense. So, if you liked me, I'm still going to be making videos. I'm just going to be using my Dungeon Tutor account. So please come over there. It's fun over there. And I'll be making even more videos, and I'll be tightening them up, and they will be really cool. Will they be as flashy as some other ones that you can find online? I don't have a production team for that. So they'll still be me. But I will work on my craft, and we'll get better. So thank you very much. I will hopefully see you again soon. And until that happy day, I hope that your dice go well and that you make every save. Until that next time, farewell.